the Bomber Bruno. That's how he likes to be known. 15 stone 6, in case you can't convert the pounds to stones and pounds. 15.6, and Jameson is 15.2.5. A man who didn't take up boxing until he was 25. He's now 29. Bruno, 21. And this show here in Chicago, sponsored by TSB. Scheduled for 10 rounds. So the big man from Britain, his first fight in the States. He's had one previous professional fight abroad in West Berlin. He knocked out his opponent there in 2 rounds last October. His record, 16 fights, 16 wins, and nobody has yet taken him the distance. The furthest he's ever been taken is 5 rounds. That's Frank Bruno, the British heavyweight prospect. Jameson, a former American footballer, works for a brewery now. Took up boxing only 4 years ago when he was 25. Had a little amateur experience, won a regional Golden Gloves title, turned pro in 1980. He's regarded as being a little ponderous, and he looks that in these early moments. The bearded Jameson. There's an inch of plastic foam underneath this canvas. They're very safety conscious in the States, rightly enough. But there is an inch of foam under their feet, and it's heavy going on there, believe me. Some of the earlier contestants tonight came out and told me that it really does take it out of the legs. Well, we've seen Bruno destroy people in Britain so often on the big London shows. I wonder if he can produce the sort of punch here that will take the legs from underneath the massive Mike Jameson. Stanley Byrne, the referee. Jameson trying to chop his own right hand over the top. Alleged to be durable. He's gone the distance with a fighter called Scott Frank, who's quite well known over here. In the event of a knockdown, there'll be a compulsory 8 count. And they score 5 points around here in Illinois. And Bruno very sensibly taking his time. No attempt to be heroic or to try and look flashy in the opening round. He's just jabbed his way methodically against this big man. So no fireworks in the first round. And Frank Bruno's weight, 15.6 on the record, 16 wins. Frank the Bomber. Well, this has been a tremendous trip for Frank Bruno. He hasn't just been in Chicago. He spent a week in New York State at the famous Grossingers training camp where Rocky Marciano used to do all his training many, many years ago, the late Rocky. And he's been there for a week. He's spent a day in eastern Pennsylvania with the world champion, Larry Holmes. Holmes has given him a little bit of advice.
I don't want to have to put these guys off, you know. Sure. You separate them, but I don't want to have to fight them. Okay.
The referee just saying that he doesn't want to have to do too much work and let him box and not too much leaning on. Second round. Jameson had his first pro fight in January 1980 while Bruno was still an amateur. Bruno carefully covering up inside on the ropes. That was the strength of Bruno as he heaves Jameson round and leaves him on the ropes. And for the first time, Bruno lets one or two of the big ones go. Well, if Frank Bruno is going to make any impression on the world heavyweight scene, this is the country in which he has to really look good. And this fight tonight is, or this afternoon, is vitally important for him. That was a good left hook, and it's taken everything out of Jameson. His leg came up, his right leg came up as he got hit, and the following punch sent him crashing down, and that, I think, is going to be the end of this fight. Bruno has just shown the American public what he can do with a punch. Lawless is delighted. That is an amazing win. He threw two quick punches, and he knocked everything out of Jameson, who's also cut into the bargain. Let's have a look. His leg came up twitching as he got hit. It was an extraordinary blow. And he's still on the floor, Jameson. There's the left hook. His leg kept, there's the leg in reaction coming up. And that following right uppercut as he was about to go down took him out absolutely cold. They were two terrifying punches. And he's cut as well. And Bruno, naturally enough, looks back a little anxiously at the man who's still on the canvas. That was an extraordinary finish. Well, we talk about Bruno's punching power at home and the fact that he can punch with either hand, and he's proved all that in the matter of seconds here in Chicago. Well, if ever anybody wanted a demonstration of what big
amateur channel.